So we're about to pass on the left here is the White Horse's Head of Cumbria. It's a bit of a well-known thing. It's evening, ladies and gentlemen. That was me in the car there. I was just driving back to Whitehaven. I've been to Carlisle and I came to Penrith. I was coming along this road here. When you get to about this place here near Winlatter Forest, just before Bassenthwaite Lake, there is the White Horse's Head, I mentioned in the video, which is called the Bishop of Bath, and it's sort of when you're on the road here, just before the lake. It's on the mountain to your left, and halfway up the mountain, there's this on the side of the mountain, which is a rock, and the road, which I believe it could now, it looks a bit small, that road. It's probably there, the main road. There's Bassenthwaite Lake just to the left here. This is sort of the main road to Penrith through Cumbria, from West Cumbria to Penrith. And when you're travelling along this road, particularly coming from Penrith into West Cumbria, you can see this great big thing on the side of the mountain. It's obviously white against a background of green and sort of brown, and it really sort of sticks out on the mountain. And the tale is when I was young, and this has been there. I've as long as I've been alive. I've been alive 44 years, and it's always been painted white on the side of this mountain. And when you were young, the tale I was told was it was the White Horse's Head, and I never really understood what that was when I was young. When you say it was the White Horse's Head, but the tale was, and I'll read the tale from the article because it's actually slightly more accurate than the one I had. Um, this is the Bishop of Bath, a memorial to a foolish wager. In 1783, the newly appointed Bishop of Derry, now Londonderry, was in the area and stayed at the Swan Hotel in Thornthwaite, now closed. This is a hotel, pub, I believe, at the bottom of the mountain there. There's a sort of little town there with a pub. Um, the Bishop of Derry, he wagered that he could ride his horse up the side of Bath and onwards to the summit of Lord's Seat, which is the top of the mountain. And he made a better wager when he was in the pub or the hotel with a guy in 1783 that he could ride up the side of this mountain. It's quite steep. I've climbed up it with my ex-girlfriend, and we climbed up to this rock, and I didn't know till we got there that this next bit to be true. Unfortunately, on attempting this feat, his horse fell on reaching the height of Bishop's Rock, killing both horse and rider. The bishop was laid to rest at the base of the mountain, and to commemorate his rather foolhardy enterprise, the rock, known as Bishop's Clerk, was painted white by patrons of the Swan, who maintained the Swan's the pub at the bottom of the mountain, who maintained the bishop in his pristine white coat to this very day, from 1783. Since the hotel closed, local villagers have continued this tradition. The fee paid to patrons painting the rock was set at 1 shilling and a quart of ale. So yeah, this is a tradition that carries on today from 1783, and when a bishop tried to say ride up the mountain on his horse, fell, killed both him and the horse. This is as high as he got to this rock, and he was buried at the bottom of the mountain in the village here. And to commemorate him, that the rock was painted white forever till this day. And I went up here with my girlfriend, having passed this rock many a time. As you come along the road and you see it, and it's called the White Horse's Head because the guy went up on his horse, and the horse died, and the folklore is it's the horse's head that got cut off on a rock and it remained there, sort of thing, because it does, when you're coming from distance, when you're at a certain angle, look a bit like a horse's head. And yeah, when I got up there with my girlfriend, I was very surprised to find that it is just painted white. It literally is just covered in paint, a rock that's completely covered, painted white systematically when the white paint starts to come off. Somebody from the village below down here, and people who've made a pact or continue the tradition when they've bought the houses, they go up and volunteer systematically every other year or a couple of years and go up and repaint the rock and redo it all. And when I got up there with my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, sorry, many moons ago, I was very surprised to find it was just painted white. I thought it was a white rock, and all the times you passed it, I didn't obviously believe it was a horse's head, but I just thought it was a white rock on the side of a mountain randomly. And when we got up there, it's not. It's in fact painted white systematically by the people in the village, and has been since 1783 when the Bishop of Derry, now Londonderry, stayed in the area and made a foolish wager to see it that he could make it up the side of the mountain on his horse, and did not. And this is to commemorate him, and has been there for what, over 200 years on the side of a mountain in Cumbria near Bassenthwaite Lake. So yeah, just a little bit of a. I was out on a drive earlier, and I've made a couple of videos which I'll maybe try and put on. It just depends on the quality of. That was me just in the car in one moment, and I remember passing the rock, and I thought I'll just make a video on this alone, if you know what I mean, because I couldn't tell you in more detail using this and sort of Google Maps where it is and tell you the crack and show you the picture. So yeah, I just thought I'd do that. But yeah, that's the Bishop of Barf, a painted white rock on the side of a mountain in Cumbria. Peace.